Hello, Danhausen here. Danhausen here to let you know that you are watching Dre41 Gaming. They do video games of some sort. Who knows? Danhausen doesn't. But you're very nice, very evil, do time. And if you do not watch this channel, you shall rue the day.
What's up, y'all? It is your boy Dre41, aka Mr. 4K, aka El Fuego, Spicy Dre, and we just seen a live stream of AEW Fight Forever on their Twitch channel. So you know what I'm going to do. Once again, I'm going to review everything that we see. First and foremost, this Eddie Kingston looks way better than what it did on Twitter. I don't know what happened on Twitter, but man, that model looked crazy. The championship looks amazing during entrances, but after the win, like when you defend the title, win the title, whatever the case is, it looks like crap. So they gotta have the same quality throughout the game modes of the championships, not just the entrance. I feel like they need to definitely bring some more effort into it when it comes to the title look overall. I just feel like I don't know. I feel like it's just not up to par from everything else we've seen with the championships in the game. But let's get to the match at hand. The game still looks smooth. The game still looks smooth. There are a couple of hiccups in this game still, which is fine. I don't expect a game to be perfect, especially when it comes to a wrestling game. I guess we all have been programmed not to expect a perfect game when it comes to majority of the games that come out nowadays. So it just is what it is. But overall, I like the look of Eddie Kingston. They definitely did a good job. I really like what they did. They really did their thing. Like I said, Ukes is the number one developer when it comes to wrestling games. I don't care what no one says. I don't care what no one says. That's just been a fact. They have been the number one developer of wrestling games, point blank, period. They've been doing it for the longest time, 20 plus years, going on 30 plus years. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just is what it is. Now, definitely within this gameplay, you can see some WWE gameplay in here. You can definitely see it. I mean, come on now. Like, they've been doing that game for so long. You know these animations. Even though a good portion of the new, well, not a good portion, but any of the new moves you do see, they're all hand animated. There's no mocap in this game, I don't think. Um, and that dive looked good. And the sell on that is wonderful too. I really like the sell on that, how his body flips over, lays face first on the mat. That's good. Now the hit detection on the barricade definitely needs to be updated so where when you throw them into it, they sell it. They didn't sell it right there, so that's definitely something that they need to work on. Getting in and out the ring looks good, smooth enough. They got the Snapmare takeover, and you can do another move. That's definitely WWE influence right there. Not so. Here's the thing: they sit there and proclaim it's like an Aki kind of game. When honestly, I don't see it as that. The Aki games weren't really arcade style, to be completely honest. They weren't fast paced. Could you win the match fast? Sure, if you dominated your opponent. But it wasn't arcade. I don't know. To me, I just don't see it like that. Oh, big spinning back fist. And that impact circle just, I don't know. It doesn't look great to me. That impact circle, maybe, I don't know. Maybe, like, they should take that out. I feel like that impact circle just isn't good. Not a fan of it, to be completely honest. But, you know, it makes it stand apart, but it looks kind of dumb. It looks kind of dumb. I don't know. Just for whatever reason, I just don't like it. The collar and elbow, being able to push them up against the ropes, that's a beautiful thing. Definitely something that I feel like should be in wrestling games. It's all about the little details, that little hiccup right there where they warp from the springboard. It's understandable. I'd rather have a miss than hit that, especially when it's that close. The charge up for the finishers, he shouldn't have done the spinning back fist unless his opponent was standing right in front of him. Should have been like a wake up taunt sort of deal where they get up and then he throws the spinning back fist. So to know now that you can just throw the finisher whenever, I mean, you only got a certain amount of time to do your finisher anyway in this game. So I guess it is what it is, but I don't know. I feel like there should be a wake up. Oh, look at this. That was good right there, but I don't know what that really does besides leave yourself open for an attack. So I'm not so sure about that one. That one didn't really make sense to me. Another thing, I would love to see another referee in this game too. Aubrey Edwards, cool, that's great. You know, to have finally have an official woman in a wrestling game, an official female referee in a wrestling game. That's a beautiful thing. See how that TNT Championship did not look like how it did during the entrance? I don't know. It's just the quality of it diminishes greatly from the entrance to the ring. So I don't know. Maybe they need to get the lighting done right for the championship because when Darby came out with it, it looked beautiful. It looked beautiful. So I don't know. They need to fix that. Both of these characters look good. I would love to see like updates, which eventually they will. I'm pretty sure they will. Update the attires in the game, which shouldn't be too difficult to do that. You know what I'm saying? Sammy Guevara more or less has the same attire, just different color variants, patterns, things of that nature. Same thing with Jungle Boy. Throw some tassels on it, call it a day. It takes them 2 weeks to get a character done. So since they already got the base model done, it shouldn't be too difficult to just update the attires accordingly. I think what they are going to do, and this is just a guess of mine, I don't know for sure, but I'm thinking what they're going to do is almost like superstar threads, like what we used to have, or what we currently have now, but what we used to have back in SVR 11, where we can color swap the attires that they currently have, which is good for now. That can definitely work, and that will hold us over. I feel like for the most part, some people who might be a little bit too picky might feel like that's not good enough, but hey, you got to work with what you got to work with. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to start somewhere, as opposed to just making a call of the wrestler and trying to do that. Um, the pin button being LB, that's fine. That's just like how it is in No Mercy, the Aki games. I play Virtual Pro Wrestling 2 more than anything. Like that's the most heavily played Aki game that I currently have for all the wrestling games. So L1 is fine. It's different, but L1 is cool. Not really gonna sweat it too much. But on the stream, you had Evil Uno and Negative One playing. Evil Uno knows how to play the game. Negative One, not so much. Sort of. I mean, he did his thing. Shout outs to him, I suppose. Subscribe to his YouTube channel. But I don't know. The weapons on the side, like they have 40 plus weapons. That's a beautiful thing, but it looks like there's not many options in a regular one-on-one match. So I guess it kind of goes for that hardcore match and lights out match. I think that's where they really let you implement more weapons as opposed to this one. I think they had like a pair of sneakers on the side of the ring. Like, what? A pair of sneakers, whatever. It had, okay. So a lot of the times they sit here and say that this game has influence from Aki games, but honestly, you can find influence from a lot of different games. They say the main menu um, is more like what is it? No Mercy? No. I feel like the main menu is more like the call mode for SVR 10 or 11. That's what I see that as. Some people might say it looks like No Mercy. If you do a side by side comparison, more so SVR 11. But whatever. That's little small things. Like I said, the gameplay really does look good. I really like how the developers really put forth effort into it. I want to see some free updates to character models, maybe making secondary attires, updated attires, so on and so forth. That would be great. DLC, I see them banging out some new moves. When you get new roster members, I could see them adding call parts as DLC. That would be a beautiful thing to see. The taunts in here definitely help. Um, oh, good. Poison Rana. The sell on it is not great. The sell on it is not great on the Poison Rana, but whatever. It is what it is. I like how you're able to sweep the legs. I like the overall gameplay. The overall gameplay of this is amazing. It looks great. I really see that this is going to be a game where you can play over and over again, and I think really have fun. Also, another thing that I feel like they have done beautifully, which we do not have in current WWE games, and I don't understand why we don't, is we can reverse Irish whips. I know it seems like such a small, insignificant gameplay feature, but yo, that's something that I miss deeply. And I don't even understand why they took out the ability to reverse Irish whips. Like, you're stuck on that Irish whip no matter what. They just don't give you the ability to reverse it. And I just don't understand it. The Chris Statlander looks good. It looks good. All these characters deserve an updated attire. I mean, these are attires that we've seen them in maybe a year and a half ago, the closest. You know what I'm saying? Some of these attires are 2 years old. You know what I'm saying? Like, Chris Statlander changed her gimmick twice already. Jungle Boy more or less the same, but definitely updated his attires past this time. We have to see. I'm pretty sure Luchasaurus is in this game. You can't have Jungle Boy with. I think they showed Luchasaurus. I think they did. I'm bugging, but that's somebody they need to show in this game. I would love to see House of Black eventually in this game. I want to see the full roster. I'm definitely impressed with what I've seen. Now, some people might sit there and say that they're not so impressed with it. They don't like the graphics. They keep comparing it to the 2K games. And it's just like, guys, we are getting more options on wrestling games than we even deserve at this point if we're going to complain about the graphics of any wrestling game. We're going to have so many options within the next couple of years, it's not even going to make sense. I mean, with Fight Forever going to be a game that they're going to continuously update. We're always going to get a WWE game every year, so that's just what it is. We're going to get the wrestling code game that's going to come out soon. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, not soon, but the wrestling code game that's going to, they said it 2024. They said it, not me. But yeah, it's great to really have these options, man. So if you feel some type of way about the graphics, then don't buy it. Just play 2K all the time and not have the ability to reverse Irish whips. I know, for me, it's just Irish whips or something. Listen, it just is what it is. Um, like I said, overall, man, the look of this game looks good. I want to see different arenas. I don't know why they took out the smoky arena look to it, like the hazy arena. It looks too clean, especially when it's a situation where you can utilize pyro in the beginning. The smoke from pyro more or less stays in the arena. It takes a while for it to clear out. All right, I've been to wrestling shows where they had pyro. It takes some time. It takes some time. So I would definitely like to see a more hazy arena, give it that gritty feel to it that they actually show on TV. It has that look on TV. So I don't see a reason why they don't have it in here. It just doesn't. I don't think the aesthetic of it. I think it's missing it, honestly. That's what I think. Now, big thing that we're watching here: intergender matches. That is a great thing right there, and that's something that I felt like wrestling games have been missing forever. That's always something that needs to be done because that's something that we see on a regular basis. Even on WWE TV, we've seen that. Think about it. Like, Reggie faced Sasha Banks on SmackDown in a one-on-one contest. Like, come on. We've seen intergender matches. We've seen women in men's Royal Rumbles. Like, there's no reason why there's only one game at this time that has intergender matches. Doesn't make sense. But I feel like that's a big thing, and that's what's gonna bring a lot of people over to the the AEW games. I feel like that's gonna bring a lot of people over because now you can sit there and have these intergender matches. Maybe they got intergender tag team matches, which is great. That's a beautiful thing to have in a wrestling game. You don't want to be limited in what you can play in a wrestling game. You want to have complete and utter control. Now, I'm pretty sure titles don't switch from genders. That would be crazy if they gave you the ability to do that. That would be crazy. And I wouldn't mind it, to be completely honest. Also, like in the beginning of the matches, how they circle each other a little bit, that's cool. I would also like to see different animations, maybe a little push back and forth, face to face, trash talking, something like that. You know what I'm saying? Just to make them stand out a little different rather than them all starting the exact same. I'd rather see them do something like that. I think that would definitely help the overall gameplay and how the matches start, especially if you're doing like a universe mode per se, or season mode, or booker, episodes, and all the matches start exactly the same. I can see how that would eventually get a little bit repetitive. So I would love to see like different animations at the beginning of the game on how you start in the match. You know what I'm saying? Maybe a little bit back and forth, little do-si do, and then both of y'all stand, fighting stance, trade some holds in the beginning. Something like that. That would be cool too. I wouldn't mind that at all, as long as you give us both the ability to have the ability to go on offense at the very beginning. That would be great. Like maybe collar and elbow, side headlock takeover, head scissors, kip up. You know what I'm saying? Like a little bit of back and forth like that at the beginning, and then start the match. That would also be cool too. And you could do that with like technical wrestlers, luchadors, and for like heavyweights, what you can do is like push and push back, side headlock off the rope, shoulder block, you don't sell it. Then he runs off the rope, shoulder block, don't sell it. And then y'all back up, look at the crowd, and then look at each other, and then y'all can start the match. Like little things like that, little characteristics that you can add to the game. It's the little things where it's like, oh, okay, that's cool. I like that. You know what I'm saying? It just brings some flavor to the game. Not saying that it's missing a lot, because I mean, we're just only seeing one-on-one matches, so we can't really say what the game is missing yet. But I mean, another thing, hardcore matches. I mean, a paddle. Like, come on, like that's hard. Like, come on. You know what I'm saying? If they saying they got 40 weapons, that definitely takes away from the Extreme Rules match that WWE games have. It takes so much away from them, because now you got this other wrestling game that's able to throw so much more. Now these devs have to do a better job. And I'm talking about the 2K devs. I mean, think about it. Like you got this alternative wrestling game now that you have to go up against. And not only are they going to be out, they're going to update their game continuously. So all they can do is just add more to what they already got. And I think that's a better value overall, right? Because think about it. If we're playing a 2K game every year, we're spending within the next 5 years $500+ for a WWE game. If we're buying one every single year, all DLC, as opposed to paying $65, right? And then $5 for a roster update here, $5 for a roster update there. I feel like we're going to get more value for the AEW game than we'll get with any WWE game based off of that alone. And that's a big thing to think about, because what you want to do is you want to get the most for your money. I don't want to spend $100 on the game and only play certain aspects and not enjoy the whole game itself. With this AEW game, I feel like we'll enjoy a bigger percentage of the game than we do with 2K. Like, I don't do the trading card joint. I don't. I don't even mess with it. Like, I made a mistake and went in there one time, and that's it. Like, I never even messed with it again. And like I said, because I don't do that little card game stuff. I'm not interested. Right now I'm doing the my career thing, and it is what it is. I love the replays during the match. That's also a great thing. That's definitely got its influence from the Aki games. I can definitely see that, and that's definitely a cool feature to have. Definitely a cool feature to have, and it actually has the actual graphics for the replay, so that's good too as well. I would love to see a side by side, but the Jade Cargill face looks crazy. The Jade Cargill face looks crazy. Not a fan of it. They did the body right. They did the body right, but the face, I don't. Jade Cargill's face in this game looks like a little girl's face. The Nyla Rose face looks like Nyla Rose. They did her body right. They did her hair right. but they just did not get her face right. It looks like a child wearing makeup. I'm sorry. And Jade, that's the queen. But they did her dirty in the face. They did her dirty in the face. That looked like a little kid with makeup. I lie to you not. It looks like a little kid with makeup, but whatever. It is what it is. The attire for Jade can always be updated, I guess, if they have like superstar threads or wrestler threads or whatever they want to call it, like update wrestler look or whatever the case. That Nyla Rose attire is super old. Like that's a super old attire. Um, yeah, they're gonna have to eventually have like DLC to update the characters' attires. They're gonna have to. I would love to see them eventually have it to where we can make our own attires for them. That would be great. I wouldn't mind that. I also would love to see eventually the call slots announced. How many can we make? How many calls can we make? I'm beyond the idea of it being based on memory. I just don't think on console that's going to be a thing. I don't even think on PC that's going to be a thing because I guess I've just been programmed to not believe it can be done on these new generation wrestling games. Even though on Fire Pro, you basically have however much space you got on your PC, you can download. You know what I'm saying? There's no limitation. The limitation is how much money you spent on memory. I would love to know how many. Honestly, the least amount I can be okay with is 50. I'm okay with only 50 calls. You can give us 100. I'm good with that too. But it's gonna have to be based upon call mode. Is call mode even worth it? Because if call mode isn't worth it, dog, it don't matter how many slots we got. We're not gonna be interested in creating a wrestler. We have to be able to create wrestlers that look like the in-game characters do. We also need uploading textures. We need that. Now, I've heard that there's no community creations, so we're not able to upload our creations on online, and other people can download them, or we can download other people's creations. That's definitely a thumbs down for me. If that's the case, that's going to be rough. That's going to be really rough, and then that's when you're going to see like the websites pop up and say, "Oh, upload your formulas here." I'm not doing all that. I'm sorry. I'm just not. It needs a texture uploader. Um, I need to see how create a moveset look. I got to see how that looks. But like I said, I trust in Ukes. I trust in what they're doing. And then look at, I mean, overall, man, this game looks good. I don't care what y'all say. Like they look like plastic dolls, or they don't look as realistic as the 2K games. They don't need to. If you're a wrestling fan, you're looking past that. If you're a true wrestling fan, now if you're just a WWE games mark, like some people are, I ain't gonna lie. Some people, we ain't gonna get into it, but some people are. And if you hold that game to the standard of if it doesn't look like this or better, it's not worth it, then you're not a real wrestling game fan. I have played wrestling games that are 20 plus years old. I have played. If you play Fire Pro, you don't care how this game looks. That I mean, honestly, like this game, I feel like looks really good. I don't know how the commentary sounds in here yet. They did state that they had Jim Ross on commentary. I'm pretty sure they're going to not just have Jim Ross. I'm pretty sure Excalibur is going to be on here. Maybe Taz. I feel like Taz should be in commentary just to add some silliness to it. If you just got Jim Ross and Excalibur, I don't know. I don't know if that's entertaining commentary. To be completely honest, I don't know. Um, I would love to see the dark arenas, elevation arenas. I don't want just like Dynamite, and Rampage, and that's it. They need to have all six, not well, the six pay-per-views, and need to have the show specials. They need to have it in this game. Point blank, period. They need to. and that's just fake. Nyla Rose couldn't beat Jay Cargill on her best day. But it's fine. Now, and once again, the championships look like toys, but during the entrances, they look so much better. So I don't know. I don't know. Okay, Matt and Nick Jackson look crazy. It looked like them, but I don't know. It just look crazy. I don't. I don't know. They don't have their jackets on. Where their entrance jackets at? Or do they not have them when they have the championships around their waist? Which is weird. It's a little weird that if you got a championship, your entrance attire isn't on. But hey, I don't know. I feel like it's okay. It's okay. Um, yeah, and I also got to know if they're gonna have their official theme music because that's a lot of money they got to spend to put that music. Because for whatever reason, these wrestlers in AEW do not like original music at all. They like all copyright and licensed music for some weird reason. But hey, I guess it is what it is. But hopefully they have it in the game. Because if they don't, then you're just gonna have their older generic music. Like, especially with like the elite. Can you create a stable? You know what I'm saying? Do they have 3-man entrances, 4-man entrances? You know, I know they're gonna have tag team entrances. They have to have tag team entrances. They have to. Um, I'm pretty sure they do because the Young Bucks are in here. They have to. I'm pretty sure that the Lucha Brothers are in the game. I, I mean, they got Penta, so they got Ray Phoenix. I think they showed off both of them. I don't remember. It's been a minute, but yeah, they just need to add to the roster. We're only gonna have but so much fun with max 50 on the base game, so they're definitely gonna have to add more characters to this game pretty soon. I would have to say within a month and a half of the game's release, maybe 2 months. If they're still working on it, like I think they are, then they definitely need to have DLC within 2 months of the initial release. I feel two and a half max. They should, or some type of update, quality of life update to the game, call parts, whatever. Add to it, please. Don't half-ass that. Definitely add DLC. Once again, this game is coming out one time, and they're gonna update it. You know what I'm saying? Which is great. So I want to see some updates. I want to see some added characters. Give us the DLC plans. You know what I'm saying? Like, Ukes is good for it. I'm not worried. What I'm seeing right now, I'm seeing them show off what they've been working hard on for the past 3 years, basically. 4, because they kind of started it in 2019. Kinda. Proof of concept was 2019. Late 2019. So or early 2020. Was it early 2020? I feel like it was early 2020 was a proof of concept. And yeah, I feel like they got what it takes to make this game become a great wrestling game. Like, and this is something that we all want. I feel like we need to be appreciative of what we're getting here because honestly, we could be stuck with one wrestling game every year. Honestly, we really could. So it's a great thing to see this AEW game come around the corner. It's great to see that they're taking this serious. That they want to um, they want wrestling fans to have options. I like that you can reversal Irish whips. That's a great thing. I like the details. I like the springboard, Canadian destroyer. Like, it's crazy. Like, they got so many great moves in this game. It doesn't even make sense. But let me guys know what you think. I've been talking for almost half hour now, but let me know what you guys think about this game. Is this making you more excited? Are you gonna buy it? Do you already have it pre-downloaded? If you're on Xbox, wink wink. But other than that, like, subscribe, comment. Catch you guys on the next video. Later.